right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Buffalo Wild Wings on this Wednesday, October 9th, and week six.
Week 6.
Now, I could remember that one because yesterday was a big day, and today is my cousin's 60th birthday. Anyway, on to football, week 6. We're going to talk about it coming up with Oakdale. We actually talk about the difference between what they call, part 1, part 2, or season
record right now, but it is what it is. We can't go backwards. We're going to go forward. And so we've been preaching all week that this is what you called season Friday night. We want to be 1-0 and be in first place with some other team in our district. So, we got a small district soon for our guys to get our first win on the road.
Yeah. And so, Coach, you talked about the new district this year and going into district. So tell us a little bit about the district while we're talking.
We've played each other a pretty good bit. And now, Kinder's coming in and Port Barry, and they've never been in our district before. Actually, I don't even think we've ever played Port Barry or Kinder in football, to be honest with you. I don't remember it. So if we have, it's been a very, very long time, and it's, at least past the 70s, I would think.
And you've been there a very long time.
I've been there a very long time, and we've been talking about it, and I just thought we haven't played them. Abbeville, we had them earlier this year. We'd never played them. And we'll have Church Point coming up. We've played them in the past, but the way back, like in the early 70s. So, but we've never played Kinder or Port Barry. We've played them in other sports, but that'll be interesting, And I like the new districts. Kinder's really, really good, but right now we're looking at Oakdale. They're a really fast team, kind of like Abbeville. Like to run the ball a little bit. I know you probably want to talk about that a bit later, but but districts coming up, and we'd like to get off to a good start.
And that's really important to note. I mean, the season right now, 2 and 3. Away games have not been good for the Eagles lately, but home games you're winning.
Yep.
So we have one more away game right now on the schedule, 2 in a row, and then we get to return back home. So what's the conversation like with the kids in terms of their attention and focus and everything going on the road and having to do it back to back?
Absolutely, and we've said this many times. We've got a young team, So us being 2 and 3 isn't bad. We get back to 500 this week, but they're young. They realize that we've got a lot of work to do. The coaches realize that. We lost 2 close away games. Could have went either way. We could have won both of them.
Yep.
But that's football. We lost them, but we'll learn from them. We're having to stick guys in positions. We've lost a lot of guys. We've lost a lot of starters. Really, and I'm not complaining. I kind of am complaining, but when you lose some guys like we've lost, you're going to have to depend on guys that are younger, and that's what we're going to do. And the guys that we're depending on are some very good guys, and we're just going to keep on keeping on. And we always say it. Everybody says it. Cliche. Next man up. It could be nothing truer, and that's what we're doing, and we'll do it by committee. We'll use guys, we'll use freshmen, and we're going to use some freshmen this week, and we'll see what happens.
So let's talk a little bit about the overall picture from last Friday night.
Okay.
Head over to Buckeye, Thursday night game, so shortened week for everybody getting ready for squirrel season. I don't know how many of our guys, probably a bunch of them, went squirrel season this weekend and going out to the camps. So, trying to keep that focus, at the game. But offensively, change things up a little bit from what you showed at Abbeville and a little slow getting started on offense.
We did, and we struggled a little bit on offense. We'll probably change that up even, tweak it even a little more for this week. But getting back to the Buckeye game, if you like great entertainment, it was a great game. It was a great game to be at. Close game, the whole game. They were ahead. We took the lead. Had a lot of lead changes. And they, give them a little bit of credit. They drove the ball there in the fourth quarter. I think it was a 93-yard drive. Late in the game, they made some plays. We had some opportunities to lose that game, and I like it. It hurts. And like I said, we'll grow from it. But we made a lot of mistakes in that game, and we got a lot of things that we've been working on this week to correct them.
John, you have anything?
Yeah, no, looking at it, you mentioned the mistakes, and obviously you go back in the film room and you look at that and break that down and see where those misassignments were and the mistakes were. And you know, we always had a saying back in the day, there's a lot of meat on that bone, you know, when you have a game like that and you go back different.
It could be, you know, and we got to coach them up better, and we've talked about that, and we'll do that also, and we spent a lot of time on that this weekend, you know, kind of changing up things a little bit. We had to bring Jake in early Monday morning and tell him some things that we wanted to do and change up. We're going to give him a little bit more opportunity to make some of the calls that he sees the defense, you know, whenever he sees the defense in a certain whatever
package
they may be in package. He's going to have the opportunity to maybe get us out of the play that we're in and get us to a play that looks like it might be successful. And we've been working on that this week, and he's done a great job kind of getting a hold of that because it's something new, you know, that he hasn't done yet. But he's a great, you know, he can take a lot of information in, and he's able to communicate that with the rest of the players. And that's what I like, you know, a lot about Jake is he knows what everybody else is supposed to be doing, and he's able to communicate that. So, you know, this is going to be a work in progress for this week, and we'll dumb it down a little bit because we've only been in it for about a week. But as we go on further, you'll see more and more things.
Before we head to the break, and we have more show to come on the Eagles Nest Coaches Show with head coach David Perkins. That is David Perkins right there. I'm Tom Bouchie with John Wolf. You hear John doing the color commentating, and he's been gracious to join us for the Coaches Shows, and love having him here at the Coaches Show. But injury report coming out of the game. I mean, I know we went into it. We didn't have Matthew Hicks. He's gone for the year. Lane Evans is gone for the year. And then we learned right before the game that Aiden Moran's going to be gone for the year.
Right. So those guys obviously they're out. But Jordan Rich, number 5, he's come down with mono, so he won't be in there this week. So we're trying to get him ready maybe in the future weeks. You know, I'm not sure how long he'll be out. I'm not sure how long he's had it. But he'll definitely won't play this week. And he's the only one that would really lost it. He's not injured. He's just sick.
Yeah.
I don't want to just kind of just say he's just sick, but he's sick. And so we'll be without him. But we're able to plug some guys in right there, and we'll be fine.
All right, well, we got more to come after these commercials that we have to take a break. We'll have break down some of the offense from Friday night, and we still have the defense to come. We've got to make a correction on our Southern Air Cool play of the game. And then we've got the Security Sporting Goods player of the game. And then we got the Express Pros Employment Services lineman of the game. And we have a senior profile. All that coming your way on the Eagles Nest Coaches Show live from Buffalo Wild Wings. Still time to come. We've got some tables that are still available out there. If you want to come and take a look at the tables. Oh, that's right. We'll put it over there. Just kind of show you. You can fill some of those tables. We got a good crowd. Most of them moved away when they realized we had a camera showing. So come out and join us. We still got about 45 minutes left in the show. And the staff here would love to have you come out and eat some wings. We'll be back with the Eagles Nest Coaches Show right after these messages.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
To better serve our Senlaw family, Wallace Eye Associates proudly welcomes Louisiana native Dr. Nicholas Bro to the Wallace team.
I definitely feel very lucky and fortunate to be here with Wallace Eye and just to be practicing in Louisiana, born and raised and trained here my whole life. So I do feel very fortunate to be able to give back to this state that has given me so much.
When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons. What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And we're back here live at Buffalo Wild Wings for the Eagles Nest Coaches Show with head coach David Perkins. Got to get him something to drink.
Absolutely.
A lot of talking you're doing.
Long practice
Getting parched.
It's not really hot out there this week. It's really nice, but the sun's really beaming down on us. We've been doing our practices on the field. We've been doing a lot of special team stuff, so we get because our practice field isn't the same dimensions. But we've been doing some things out there, so we've been having some long practices this week. So kind of thirsty a little bit.
There you go.
I need to drink more water.
Get some
what
tea.
I need to do.
You know, I started that this week, is drinking just water, and got rid of the Diet Coke. It's pretty good. I'm remembering. That's the key. You know, because open up and you see the Diet Coke, or you pull in. Cindy and I went to go visit my mom yesterday. She always gets a Diet Coke at the Chevron station. Mm-hmm. You want one? I was like, yeah, no.
Well, now I know what to pack in the ice chest Friday night.
Hard to turn it down.
Yeah. It's
But you've been on the Diet Coke thing for a while?
Oh, man. I drink Diet Coke like it was water. And then I wonder why I don't feel well.
Well, I like the regular Cokes.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, somebody can give me I'll order Diet Coke at a restaurant, and they'll bring me Coke Zero. And as soon as I take a sip, I'm like,
can tell?
This is not Diet Coke.
Yeah, you've been drinking Diet Coke a long time.
It's no sugar. I mean, there's no sugar, so it's Diet Coke, but it's not Diet Coke.
Right. I'd rather drink, if I had to drink one of the diets, I'd rather drink Coke Zero than Diet Coke, though.
Yeah, I just know. It's like, y'all got Diet Coke, or is this Coke Zero? And they're like, you know? Yes, I do.
All right, we're not sponsored by Coke. Let's roll.
Well, that's right.
We're not getting any money from them.
Or sweet tea.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about, you were just bring it up. You brought it up. We were going to talk about the offense, but special teams. You know, again, had some really nice punts. You know, not that you want a bunch of punts, but if you're going to have to punt.
But you're right, though, and Jake has been punting, you know, and he came in a couple weeks ago to do that, and we kind of set him up a special way we want him to punt, you know, if he can get the nice rolls. But, man, he's just kicking them, like, perfect. where we need him. You know, we get stymied on offense, and we're deep in our territory, and he's able to actually flip the field. You know, Ryan, we always talked about Ryan Hicks doing it last year, or for his career, but Jake's really, really good at it. But you're right. We want to cut down on that a little bit, you know, make a few more first downs, you know, drive the ball a little bit more. But the special teams have been doing well, except for we need to make some extra points and some field goals. We're still working on it. But kickoff and the punts are doing really, really well. And so hopefully we can keep that going and it's going to improve in these other special team
I'll tell you
areas.
who's impressed me on kickoff team is Brooks Juno. I think
Absolutely.
a freshman. It seems like every week I call his name and number on a kickoff, just flying down there and making, you know, a spectacular play to get himself in position.
And I'm glad you say that because then we talk about this in practice because it's good for our young guys. And we tell them, look, you get on these special teams, we're watching everybody. I'm always evaluating. And during the game and at practice, you know, that's when, and JV games, that's what I'm getting a feel about what these guys can do. And, you know, last couple of weeks, Brooks, you know, he's on the kickoff team and he's made some good plays. You know, we've made a couple of, you know, we weren't supposed to kick the ball to a certain guy or something, and we did. And Brooks is right there, you know, and Brooks is a freshman. He does very well. He also plays corner. He's a good cornerback. You will see him playing this week. And you're probably going to see him carry the ball a little bit. He's also one of our running backs because, you know, our Mike linebacker, Sam Bricata, is a runner. Number 7, Austin Para, he's a runner. So, and those guys start on defense. Yeah. They're both young, too. You're talking about freshman, sophomore, and then Brooks is a freshman. So you're going to see all three of those guys running the ball along with Jake Friday night.
Well, and speaking of Para, too, I mean, he's been able to get down and make some plays. And Janice, I think Janice also being able to stop the ball, you know, before it goes in the end zone and, you know, getting them pinned back.
Yes.
So going to the offense, you know, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Started a little slow. First quarter, we had the pick. And, of course, it gave them a short field. I think it was at the 7-yard line. And in the first play, they run it in for the touchdown, take a 7-0 lead. But, you know, that first quarter, only 5 yards of offense. And then we had 36 yards or 31 yards in the second and 36 yards overall. You know, what were they doing, or was it more of what they were doing to stop you, or was it just us stopping ourselves?
Well, it's kind of both, you know, stopping ourselves. And actually they played a great game on defense. They blitzed a lot. We were just having trouble picking up the blitz, which we've been working on again this week a lot. And, probably just maybe a few more plays. If we could got outside, probably should have got outside a little bit more. When we went back and look at the film, you know, maybe threw it a little bit more outside, quick passes, and hopefully we'll see that this week. And but we had some opportunities, you know, we didn't make the plays, and but we got to be better, and we're definitely focused on offense this week. You know, defense is playing pretty well. I had a couple of defensive touchdowns in the game.
Yep.
You know, when you do that, you know, you got to win those games where you're getting multiple touchdowns on defense. And so, and we know that. As coaches, we know that. We ain't hiding from it. We know we're struggling on offense, and, hey, we're still working at it, and we're going to work harder in the weeks to come to even get better because we know we got to score some points.
Second half, you know, since we're on offense, we'll just move through and then we'll cover defense on the other side. Second half actually had it was a short field, but still we're able to put it in the end zone. I think it's Buckeye 22-yard line there in the third quarter. That actually brought us to a 20-20 tie. We ended up tied at the end of the third at 20 apiece. Overall, 86 yards of offense in the second half. So some adjustments, able to double more than double the amount of yardage from the first.
Yeah, we got a little more yardage there. We were able to bust a little bit more runs for some yardage there. T. Sam was able to get a couple plays where he got some yardage, but we got to get more. We got to move the sticks more. Even if we get some bigger plays, whatever it may be, we understand that, and we understand we got to score more points, and that's going to be the goal this week.
Any questions, John?
No, I remember in the second half we had a pretty good drive going, and it was almost like we had Buckeye on their heels there for a minute, and driving the ball, good drive going. I think it was in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter. It just kind of came up, and I think just kind of shot ourselves in the foot. ran an option play that kind of got blown up on the edge, and then I think we took a sack on third down. That kind of killed that drive and lost yardage. But man, there for a minute, it was looking up. And I tell you what, I was pretty excited right there about early in the fourth.
Yeah, we started. That was a drive. Started at 25, got to the Buckeye 49, and then
stalled out.
The shots in the foot.
And but we got a good punt, and we got them pinned back, and but then they were able to make some plays. They got a couple of gimmies from the officials, so I will say that. I think
that was the punt, though. You're talking about we pinned them at the 8-yard line. And then they're able to go down and finish that drive.
Well,
off.
they got them a PI. They got a pass interference call, and very questionable. But okay, you're gonna call that. But then we get another one because my guy asked him what he did wrong and gave him another penalty. So 30 yards of penalty, that's kind of hard to overcome.
Yeah.
At that point of the field where they were at. So, but they made some plays, and we had a chance to stop them and make some plays. They made some plays on third down. We had some chances to get off the field on third down, and we didn't make the plays, and gave them some more opportunities, and they were able to score at the end.
We'll talk a little bit more about that because we'll be on the defensive side of the ball. We got a couple of good plays that we actually want to talk about as well. But we got more from Buffalo Wild Wings Live with head coach David Perkins for the Eagles Nest Coaches Show. More coming up right after these messages.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Lori even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Everybody dancing all night long. Everybody dancing all
Man, that was scary.
What a trick.
I know. I can't figure out right now which camera angle that is. It's just upside down. I got to flip it.
I think you might have some wires reversed.
I turned around and looked at that. It's like my ugly mug right there.
I thought you did it on purpose.
The picture. No, that was an accident. But we are live at Buffalo Wild Wings with David Perkins for the Eagles Nest Coaches Show. I want to thank everybody who's come out. We got plenty of football players and some parents out enjoying the wings tonight. I tell you what, they have a really good the barbecue chicken salad.
Chicken salad.
Very good.
I'm going to get the real chicken. I'm going to get chicken.
No, it's chicken. It's
no,
real
I know
chicken.
It's real,
but
I don't want the salad.
You don't want the rabbit with
go.
the chicken.
Yeah, I don't want the rabbit.
All right, defensively, I thought overall the defense played well. Obviously played well enough to be in it, for the win. And I thought they got a little bit tired just because they were out on the field a lot.
They were on the field a whole lot, and that's a whole other reason why we got to be a little bit better, moving the chains on offense, and just to give those guys a little bit of rest. But we do have a lot of them going both ways, and at the skill position when with the running backs especially, so those guys are giving it all they got on defense, and then they got to go do the same thing on offense, and they got a whole lot of time to rest. But the defense has been playing well, and they've played well the whole season. I would have liked to seen us get a stop on that last drive against Buckeye, but Buckeye made some plays, and they deserved to win at the end, and they did. But our guys, they're not happy about it, and they were talking about it this week. And if something like that happens again, hopefully they'll be able to do something a little bit different defense, maybe blitz it or whatever, but we'll all learn from it, and hopefully we'll be better for it.
You were you brought up the last drive. I think it was on third down. They were at the 8-yard line. I think they had gotten 2 yards up to that point. It was 3rd and 8 from the 10, and we were on the call and looking at it, and the cornerback dropped back, behind the first down line. Mm-hmm. And then when at the snap started backing up, and they just ran a little quick 8.5-yard curl, quick
third down plays also.
Was that by design to playing them that far back, or?
No, not really. We play about 6 yards off, and of course you got to know down and distance. And we say that all the time. If it's third down, we'll say down. We're making them aware. Down and distance, and also on fourth down, and that means especially for corners, safeties, whatever. And even on goal line, they got to come up. They got to come up, and of course we always preach, don't get beat deep, don't give them a big play. So that's always in the back of their mind. So it's just those kind of things creeping to their heads, and you don't want to get beat on a stop and go. But you're right, he should be up there trying to defend that. And they got the first down in front of them, and got the big first down.
And they're 16, 17 years old too. So
absolutely, and that was a senior, and he knows. And he knew exactly right after it happened that he should have been up there a little bit more. Obviously, we were telling him that, but after the fact. But we looked at that on film also, and we'll just make adjustments.
Speaking of the cornerbacks, on the flip side of the field, number 7, Austin Para, has been playing lights out as a freshman on the corner. I mean, he had a pick 6. Against Gina, turned around, had a pick 6 last week.
Nice pick, too.
Yeah.
One-handed, all the way in. It was a big play at the time.
And then
he had
the interception in this game.
Yeah, I mean, in the pick 6, you could see him reading it, right? I mean, he read the whole thing. I mean, early on, and you look at the film on it, it was great.
Yeah, and we had seen that play on film and actually worked on and you're right, you can see it develop. And it just perfect. Break on the ball. We teach them whenever the quarterback's shoulder goes and points toward where he's going to throw it, that's when you start breaking, and you can see he did exactly that. But, man, it wasn't a very good pass, but, man, he got one paw on it and brought that sucker in, and he's down the sideline for a touchdown. He's a freshman, but he can play, and that's why he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very impressive, to see the production that he has, and there's going to be some mistakes in there, but he's a freshman,
and he made some mistakes.
But he had an interception in the first half, And I think that's what set up the first touchdown, if I'm not mistaken, because he tiptoed down the sideline.
He scored.
Down to the in this game?
Yes, sir. He had a pick 6.
Yeah.
That was
That was his pick 6. Yeah.
Okay.
That was our first touchdown.
That was the first one we got.
That's right.
And, but and just on the flip side of that too, he had a chance for a pick on that last drive too. And he's mad he didn't get it, and he felt it, and he felt the pain of that, and because that could have stopped it also, but. He's a freshman, and he's playing so well. And you'll probably see him getting the ball a little bit on offense, too.
That's right, because in the score, then we had
a
fumble return.
Jack Simpson, who's a sophomore.
And that's the correction I want to make. By the way, when we were talking about Austin Parra, the Security Sporting Goods Player of the game. And we named that Friday night.
Good pick.
Yeah. And then the Southern Air Cool Play of the game we named. But we said Sam Bricata. I should say I said, not we.
Sometimes it's hard to tell when you're making the call.
I'll take full responsibility for that. But thought it was Sam. And there was a 2 on the jersey.
And they both have a 2 on their jersey. Sam was around the play, though.
But the scoop and score, I mean, we were just calling it at the time, and we named that as our Southern Air Cool Play of the game.
I do have a question on that. Was there a little bit of a handoff in that play at some point?
Was in there.
Yeah, there was a scrum.
I really had to talk to him about it, but I couldn't really tell from the film.
I was looking at it
but it kind of looked like that.
Yeah.
And it live anyway. I was like, where's the ball? Then I just saw Jack kind of come. They were kind of pushing him along the way, let's go.
Maybe pushing the ball in his stomach, going, "You're faster."
I don't know about that one, but that was a big play also, So another play the defense made, we put pressure on the quarterback. We were putting pressure on him right there, and was able to. I don't know if was it a bad snap maybe? I don't know, but it was a fumble, pick and scoop, and that was a big play, and we got right back in the game.
Yeah,
no, we took the lead on that.
We did, because you got the 2-point conversion with Jake running it in, and had the 8. Well, no.
Yeah, we were up 8-7.
It was 8-7, and then we tied the game with the missed extra point on that one.
Right.
It was 14.
And we got to work on that. And we've been working on that, so we'll see how that goes.
I think what we were seeing is just, I don't know if it's just he's taking too long to get to the ball.
Well, it was the other night. It was several things. It was that one of the things. The other one was our holder right there, who happens to be our linebacker. He didn't get it on the tee, and then one of the other times he let go of it too quick. So, but yeah, we're a little too slow with whenever he gets going. And this is his first year.
Yeah,
he hasn't never done it. He's kind of excited, if that's the word to use. But we were working on it. He's been kicking off really well for us. The way we wanted to kick. We were soccer kicking it. We're not kicking it deep, high, just giving the guy a chance to catch it and just run it. So we wanted to kick it toward the sidelines, where they got to pick it up off the ground, and hopefully we'll be down there to make the tackle. So he's been doing that well.
And I think people take extra points and field goals for granted because they watch it on Saturday and Sunday, and those guys can make it look so routine.
They do.
But you got 3 critical parts of that play. I mean, you got to snap, you got to get a good hold, and you got to get a good kick. And you got to ask yourself, how often does that happen in a high school game?
Right.
It doesn't happen that often.
And you
so
got to
people
block
don't
the
realize
edge.
that. Yeah.
Guys, we have tried everybody holding the ball. It's kind of a mystery to me why these baseball players can't hold. Some of these baseball players can't
Give him
hold.
a glove.
So
Give him a big glove.
Right. So here I'm here sitting with my outside linebacker is holding the extra point or the field goal. That's what I'm down to. But he's pretty good at it. He didn't really have a good night the other night, but he's pretty good at it. But we're gonna keep working on it.
Yeah,
it's a quick motion that they got to be able to grab
the
ball.
It's a little bit of an art to it.
And are they actually spinning the ball to try to get laces?
Well, you don't want to hit the laces, so you don't have to spin it all the way to the front, though. We got to make them realize that. Just spin it to
away from the foot.
Away from the foot.
Yeah,
it's an art to it.
And Jim Carrey laces out.
Laces out.
And people don't realize
it makes a difference. You listen to the ball kicked without the laces and listen to it kicked on the laces, and it's 2 different sounds.
And when's your kicker start? A lot of people go when that guy lifts his hand off the ground and your kicker's moving, right? I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to that.
Bang,
people
bang.
don't realize it.
It is.
And that may be what – I've got to pay attention to that, but that may be what Hayden's waiting on is the ball to be set and then going. And maybe that's what it takes so long, to get to the ball, which then it's hard to keep a block that long.
Yeah, it is. And but we get in practice, man, and he kicked several 43-yard field goals, in practice, But I don't know if we haven't really talked about this, but Nate Matthews was scheduled to be our kicker this year. He's a junior soccer player, and he tore his ACL playing soccer during the summer, and he's a great kicker. He's almost like Ryan as far as that goes. So we really miss him. And he is a junior, and he'll be back for the soccer season, and we'll have him next season. And but that's an injury that we haven't really talked about. We've talked about injuries. With the other guys, which were big injuries. Well, that is a big injury also, because Menard has always relied on having a really, really good kicker, because we rely on our special teams so much. So Nate Matthews being out this year is big for us also.
Yeah, and we hadn't talked about that. It's the first time I heard it. Well, we got more coming up. We've got our lineman of the week. We'll name them the profile coming up.
Yep.
Number 18, Jacob Mizell. So we'll get to visit with him. He'll join us when we come back right after these messages.
So what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
BK Distributors is proud of leather jackets and just about anything award related. And now welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your BKDistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the real estate world in the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And as you can see, we're back live at Buffalo Wild Wings. Want to thank the staff and everybody for timely, and everybody cooking the food. The food is coming out fast. Everybody's able to eat, and it's been a great experience all 5 weeks of the season. Week 6 already, David.
Already.
Man, we have to name our Express Employment. This week's Lineman of the Week is Ben Good.
Ben Good.
That was something that John and I talked about. Thought Ben he's having a great season all the way around, but really called his name out a lot last Friday.
And Ben has been good all season, and he had a great season last year.
I
also.
see what you did there.
And I do that to him all the time. I'm like, I'll see him in the morning. I go, Ben, good? That's his name, but he's like, Coach, that's my name. And I go, yeah, but are you good? Yeah, I'm good. But man, what a player he is, though, man. He hustles and he gets after it on every single snap, whether it's in the game, whether it's in practice. So he's given offensive linemen fits during the game, but he's also given our offensive linemen a lot of work during practice, and I got Coach Redmond in there and Coach Sullivan, who are lineman coaches, they're offensive, defensive lineman coaches. They stay on the guys whoever bends over. So Ben's maybe kind of wearing them out a little bit in practice. They're on those guys because they're not going to get against a guy, too many guys that they're going to go against that's better than he is on a Friday night. And Ben has got a motor that never stops. To put some of our younger guys in there, and man, he is just
one of your seniors out of the 8. John, being a lineman, we depend on you as well to pick the Express Pros Employment
Well, like Coach said,
lineman.
He's got a motor, and he's always wreaking havoc on that defensive front. Between him and Asher, seems like they're always coming together. One of them's always in there, and does a great job. We seem to be calling his name an awful lot.
Yeah, we do. So
and we call him Moose. Ricardo told me they call him Moose. Mm-hmm. He earned that nickname this year.
And he works well. Him and Asher have been on there. This is 2 years in a row they've been on that line, and kind of moved both of them there last year from other positions. And, man, they have just gelled, and it's been great for us on defense. And hopefully we'll see more of that this Friday night. We can kind of move Asher around a little bit. He'll play a little shade. He can play head up. He'll go out that 3 tech, and we can do the same with Ben. But Ben's good out there at that 5 tech. Sometimes we'll put him in at the 4 tech. But, man, he can run things down from the other side, which he's just really great at. So hopefully he will just keep playing good. And I know he will, and he's one of the assets we have on defense.
Playing good.
Playing good, being good.
Hey, speaking of seniors, we have a special guest joining us this week, as we've had every week so far for the last 4 weeks or so.
Yes.
Jacob Mizell, number 18, senior at Menard. Some of the players, you can clap. Feel free to clap. Yeah, that's why you got a live audience. It's interactive.
Absolutely.
Some of your fellow
like to hear
players here, excited for you. Thanks for coming and joining us on the show, Jacob. Talk a little bit about your experience, with the team and what it's meant to you to be able to play for Menard and with your fellow teammates.
Well, I've been playing for Menard since I was in junior high, and it's been a great experience, especially working with all these guys. Being good, like you said earlier, he's probably one of the hardest people that goes in practice. And I don't know what I would do without all these guys. And,
Talk about your role. You're playing, getting some special teams, opportunities.
I go on kickoffs sometimes. And if one of the guys gets hurt, I'll be there to step up and try to fill his role on defense, like on linebacker.
So you got to be at the ready all the time, just in case something happens that they're calling you in.
Yeah, Jacob's coming off an injury. He's been injured for a while. He was injured most of the summer, and then how many weeks? When did you come back? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. So he's been out for a while. So he's just kind of getting back into
in play shape.
Absolutely, and that's tough to do whenever you've been out that long. But he's absolutely is an asset, and with the numbers we have, I think I counted 30 the other day. We may have dressed out 30 or 31. So everybody we got to have, and all of our guys are ready to play, and they got to be able to be ready to play at any second. Get in.
What's your favorite part about being a part of the team?
Just the team in general, the coaches, all my teammates. You know, we always help each other. If somebody's going through something, we always stick up for each other no matter what, and that's probably my favorite part.
So, at senior at Menard, do you have any other activities that you're involved in outside of football?
I was going to say that. Tell them the main club. It's not a club. Tell them what you're a part of.
Part of MAC team, Menard Apostles for Christ. And that's also another great thing about Menard, and one of my favorite things.
Well, y'all were at Maryhill yesterday, I heard, for what, an 8th grade retreat, right?
Yeah, 8th grade retreat.
Yeah.
I think it went great.
That's good.
I hope everybody else feels the same way about it.
Good deal.
And you know, I love having MAC team guys on the football team. Last year I think we had 3, and this year we have 2. Jacob and we have Carson Harrison. They're both, and he'll be on here one of these weeks. So they're both MAC team guys, and it's great to have them on the team. I'll call on because they're out constantly in the community and in the Menard community, just doing things that they do. And like you said, they had a retreat yesterday. Each one of our classes have a retreat every month. So they're busy doing that, and not just that, man. They do so many things for our school, and they're very well, and they're very much looked up to. So we appreciate Jacob being part of that team. And you got to interview for that, and you know, teachers have to recommend you, and you got to go through an interview process to be picked. So it's not easy.
Can you share with us a little bit about expound on some of the things that Coach Perkins was talking about in terms of what you do as a part of the Menard Apostles for Christ?
You know, every retreat, we try to make it special for everyone. We try to teach everybody, you know, what it means to be a follower of God and everything like that.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Who's y'all's leader?
Miss Stephanie Richardson. She's a great leader, and I'm glad she's the one that's leading us. I couldn't imagine anybody else being the one that leads us.
We know last year we had the 2 interns that were with us, and they were able to go over and do some reports, and one of them was they got a chance to talk about the MAC program, the MAC team, and obviously it's a Catholic school, so everything you do is part of that, and there's Mass. Y'all are involved in the Masses. Do you do any of the planning or participate in the Mass as well?
Yes, sir. We like to. I think we might sing one day at Mass, or we altar serve, read at Mass.
They set up, you know, they just constantly, and that's not all they do. They do so many things. They raise things for Manor House or whatever it may be. They do things like that constantly, you know, and it's a part of the mission that they have to do to be able to be a part of the MAC team.
Volunteering, taking it out. Are y'all at the Manor House helping serve and things like that, or just raising money for them?
We haven't been there yet, but I'm pretty sure down the line we will try to do that.
And we'll raise money and goods and have people bring stuff in, you know. And last year we had a little thing for them, and man, they had like truckloads had to come get the stuff. So the MAC team is just an awesome group, and I love them to death.
Jacob, share a little bit with the audience. What your plans are after Menard. You know, graduation's not that far away.
It's not.
I'm applying to LSU right now, hoping to get into there, and I want to probably major in business or law, and then see where it goes from there.
That's great. Be a Tiger. You looking forward to the football games or studying?
Both.
There you go.
Good answer.
Good answer. All right, well, Jacob Mizell, number 18 of the Menard Eagles. Look for him on special teams, and then anytime that
could be anytime
running out there. That's right. You never know when you're going to be out there on the field. Good luck. Stay healthy, and God bless.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to be back with more of the Eagles Nest Coaches Show. Wrap it up right after these messages.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, Transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
To better serve our Cenla family, Wallace Eye Associates proudly welcomes Louisiana native Dr. Nicholas Bro to the Wallace team.
I definitely feel very lucky and fortunate to be here with Wallace Eye and just to be practicing in Louisiana, born and raised and trained here my whole life. So I do feel very fortunate to be able to give back to this state that has given me so much.
When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Have a good night, the Vaughns. Heading out.
They got to go do homework.
That's right. And the guys are tired, too, you were saying.
They wore out.
We're back live at Buffalo Wild Wings with head coach David Perkins. I'm Tom Bouchie alongside John Wolf. And wrapping it up, we're going to do a little bit of overview. But, again, you know, are they going to have a little bit of a lighter practice tomorrow? Just, you know, short shoulder pads, walk through?
Absolutely. We'll do walk through tomorrow. Then we won't even do shoulder pads. We'll just do helmets. We'll do some special teams. And I like to put them through a little bit of situational football on the football field. You know, run 3 plays. We may run 3 plays and then we want to kick a field goal, or we'll punt, or we'll score and then we'll kick an onside kick and then run 2-minute offense. You know, just give them situational situations. I like to do that on Thursdays. No, I'm not going to wear them out too much. And then we'll just walk through and just kind of go through our plays that we think that we're going to use the most of, and then on defense we'll just go over the defenses that we're going to run against Oakdale. So it won't be a long practice.
The Warriors, Friday night.
The Warriors.
7 p.m. We'll go on the air about 6:35. Do the pregame interview with you at 6:40, and then get ready for the 7 p.m. kickoff. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, it came down, I think, close to the last game with Oakdale to win the district championship and go undefeated. Does my memory serve me correctly?
That's correct.
At home?
At home, and they were up at the half, and we had to come from behind to win, and then we kind of held on at the end, and that was the game, that we won the district championship. Yep.
Yeah, so the Warriors, again, only this time will travel to Oakdale, about 40 minutes or so, to the south toward Lake Charles. Give us a heads up of what you're anticipating. I know you touched a little bit on it at the opening of the show, but without giving everything away, but talk a little bit about the Warriors and what they present to you guys on the football field.
Well, they're going to be fast, and that's a concern for us, kind of like the same way against Abbeville. They do want to run the ball, which is something that we would like the teams that we play against to want to do. I think that we defend the run better than we defend the pass, to be honest with you. But they're going to want to run the ball. They got these tight formations, kind of like Avoyelles has, they'll spread out a little bit and try to beat you deep one-on-one a little bit. But they got a big quarterback. He ran like 10 quarterback sneaks against Marksville, and we went through and that's just one of their main plays. Matter of fact, we were talking about today on defense that's one of their 2 best plays, the quarterback sneak, so we got to stop that. And, of course, we've got the defensive lineman that can stop that. You got Asher that'll be playing that nose guard position. So we've told him some things to do to prepare for that. So we take those plays that they want to run a lot away from, and it'll stymie them a little bit. But they're fast, but we think we're going to be able to move the ball on them, and we'll see what happens. We got to play well. We've got to get that first road win,
and the first district win,
so a whole bunch of things can happen with the W this week.
That's right.
And we'll be in first place.
Because like you said, Oakdale, Avoyelles, Kinder, and Port Barry. So only 4 teams that you're going to be playing.
That's why it's important to
for district.
Get that dub early.
Now, when you're on offense, what are some of the things that you're going to be looking for? For them to
when we're
avoid,
on offense.
Yeah, for us to avoid.
Well, obviously they're going to look at the film and see what the other teams have been doing to us. So that's probably what they're going to try to do. They're going to probably blitz a little bit, but we think we can with some of our formations. We got some new formations that we think we can outflank them a little bit and outnumber them a little bit. We're going to trade a little bit and see if they'll. See if the defense will move, So if they don't, we're going to have them outnumbered on some plays. So we'll just see what happens. They're going to be seeing some things they haven't saw on film.
That's good. Surprise. The element of surprise.
Yeah, absolutely.
John?
No, I'm looking forward to it. And like Coach said, I think, they're an athletic team. You look at the game last year that they had and trying to get their athletes in space. And, you brought up the quarterback running up the middle. A lot of teams seem to be a little bit hesitant to run their quarterback because it's like, hey, that's our leader, that's our passer, we don't want to get him hurt. But, high school football, that's a lot of times that's your best athlete on the field is your quarterback, and teams that utilize them can hurt you.
That's one of ours, and, we're going to run and pass, and Jake runs the ball really well, and we're going to do that because that's what he does, and that's what he does well. In the same way with Oakdale's quarterback. He runs better than he passes, and that's what he's going to do. They got a pretty big running back also that they're going to give the ball to, so we're going to have to play some good team defense. We still want to play physical and get after them, and we'll do that. And hopefully you'll see. And another guy I want to say, Jack Roy's going to play a little bit on that defensive line too, man. And he's been playing this week, man, and he looks good. And with them 3 guys in there, 3 seniors, man, I think it'll make a big difference. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, thank everybody that came out tonight, the families and the kids, and Coach Sullivan.
Yeah, one more
Coach
thing.
Coach Bracata, Coach Redmond were out here.
Yeah, a bunch of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But one more thing, we got a raffle going on.
We do.
At Holy Savior Menard. I don't know if you got some information on it, but
we do.
Raffle
and
just started today.
We've been having a drawing each Wednesday after Mass. So we had one yesterday, and actually Cutter Knowles' mother won yesterday. So that was $1,000. So we gave away $1,000 last week, and then this Wednesday we'll give away another $1,000. So tickets and help Holy Savior Menard reach its goal, and we'll get a day off.
That's there you go.
I need a day off.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. It'll be after football season. So, yeah. So get your raffle tickets.
For head coach David Perkins, John Wolf, I'm about the Week 6 game versus Oakdale. Hopefully we're talking about a 1-0 play and evening the overall record out at 3-3. Final word, John.
Looking forward to it. I think we're going to have a good game Friday night.
And final word, David.
Go Eagles.
God bless and have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining us. Join us Friday night, 6:35 for the pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff. If you can't make it out to Oakdale, should be beautiful weather this Friday, actual football weather. Some cold fronts coming in this week and next week. Have a great night, everybody. Good night.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
To better serve our Cenla family, Wallace Eye Associates proudly welcomes Louisiana native Dr. Nicholas Bro to the Wallace team.
I definitely feel very lucky and fortunate to be here with Wallace Eye and just to be practicing in Louisiana, born and raised and trained here my whole life. So I do feel very fortunate to be able to give back to this state that has given me so much.
When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.